Hey Spacers, you're finally awake. It's Liam here. This is part 2 of checking out how Starfield runs on the Steam Deck. Be sure to go and check out my part 1 for the earlier parts of the game because it is quite important. Now, before going into the gameplay again though, I just want to give you a note here because testing it with Proton Experimental, and I've had this confirmed by multiple other people, the start and select buttons on the Steam Deck are swapped. They're backwards. I honestly thought I was just being completely brain dead tired and hitting the wrong buttons constantly, but no. You'll see here in this little clip that I'm showing you how the menu button is changing the view and the select button is opening the menu. It's backwards and it doesn't match up to the icons in the game. If that bothers you, like it does me because I keep hitting the wrong button, just open up Steam Input, go down to the bottom of buttons, and you can just swap them over in Steam Input directly. It's a nice, simple and clean solution. Now, as a reminder, all my gameplay is on a stock Steam Deck to match what the majority of you deckers will be using, with the latest SteamOS release that Valve pushed out just after the early access launched. All settings are on low, with FSR2 turned on. I will say, to be clear, I am thoroughly impressed that it works at all, and some parts of it really can run okay. Hats off to Valve here for sure for pushing out 2 SteamOS upgrades so quickly to be ready for it. That's some really great work there and good support from Valve. That said, I'm not someone who will just call anything playable and oversell it to you when the performance can show plenty of times the opposite. True honesty is the best policy in my book. Starfield on Steam Deck, through many parts, as you will see in this video, really struggles, and it goes well below 30 frames a second, and you do feel it on the controls and you can see it struggling. In this video, for example, it showcases the new Atlantis city, and the performance is honestly terrible, as you will see. But then there are sections in space where it is fine, and there's parts of other planets that are fine too. It's just such a big mixed bag. When you can pretty easily get other games that in a few ways look better graphically and perform better than this, I think there's going to be a lot of room for Bethesda to optimize it in upcoming patches. As and when they release performance patches, or if we see some pretty fun performance mods like we saw with earlier Bethesda games, I will keep checking back on it and update you in new videos. I'm really hopeful for future performance improvements. If they can get it to an actually stable 30, this would honestly be great for the Steam Deck, but right now it really is far from that. As a reminder from part 1, I'm not spending particularly long on any one bit. I'm just trying to get through more of it for the video for you, so I'm speeding through some bits just to show you more. Now, I'm going to once again leave you with the gameplay. Be sure to comment with your thoughts. I really enjoy reading them over a coffee, and I appreciate you coming along to watch. I'll see you later.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not go unanswered.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District.
wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis when Tony and I leave. No, probably not.
The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
We're still fighting the colony war. We just need to convince her that President Abeyo isn't the same as her predecessors, and that an adversarial UC is a thing of the past.
Does Radcliffe even need to be involved?
Dangerous threats. It would seem the mercenary company knows it.
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting. Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh. Ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point. Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But, gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Country?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours? You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head. Yes? So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. Felt the same way when I started, too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood? Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
I am at your service, Captain.
abilities.
And
Sarah, good to see you. Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? Excellent. Just need to do a little paperwork. An orientation on the UC, and knock out an exam, and a probationary mission. We need to know you'll be able to hack it out there after all. Do well. You'll be out there keeping the peace in no time.
Don't forget, John. I need him back after you wrap him in that fancy get-up of yours.
No worries, Sarah. I'm not forgetting about you or our little business afterwards. Promise. First things first, head down to the orientation hall. Get signed up at the registration terminal. System will walk you through the rest. Oh, and if you got a bounty, well, you're gonna have to make things right with the UC before we'll let you join. But if you've got any questions, I can get you sorted. Something wrong with the exam? Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
Oh, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it, before you try to convince him to join the Marines.
All right. Here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Sol system has a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Cydonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the Nat. Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Keep your nose clean, Leslie.
A diplomatic visa? You can take it.
Suppose I have time for a nap before we leave? Hmm?
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. You're cleared to land. Enjoy your stay at Cydonia. This is United Colony space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. You are cleared to land. Enjoy your stay at Cydonia.
Scrap drive.
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So, what's this going to run?
If there are no other surprises, mid-5 figures.
5 figures? 5?
Building Cydonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
Cydonia can have a depressing effect on some
What do you mean there's no work?
Make sure to get yourself help.
Do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we spent to hitch
Talk to me if you reckon you can hack it as a bounty hunter.
Found a clutch of heat leeches breeding in the utilities section the other day. Oh, not gonna be able to get that image out of my head for a while.
Hey, I get it. There's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands.
Sometimes I wish I'd taken an easier job.
This here's the most important work in the galaxy. We mine the resources and make spaceships.
I know you were counting on that, Cydonia.
You got the look of a miner about you. Maybe when the new contracts finally open up, you'll give it a go. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor. Mining Director for the Deimos Mining Project here in scenic underground Cydonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat. So long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah. Unfortunately, all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless... maybe you could help me out with a job. Off the books. Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some ore. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
Subterranean particle detonation imminent. Be advised to secure this article and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen trouble. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A friend offered me a nice cushy office job.
Not everyone needs to come to me with their problems. I ain't a psychiatrist. He ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea. Believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. And he's got a voice that carries. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But,
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
it's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say?
No, I've done this routine. Let's skip to the part where you admit you're lying about what he owes.
You calling me a liar? I'll throw both of you out of this bar right now.
Oh, please. Two strangers arrive from off-world asking for information only you have. You see an opportunity. Everyone always does. Lower the price. Don't think we can't find another way to get what we want.
Fine. Agreed on a discount, right? Let me confirm the amount. Okay, let's talk. Last time he was here, Moira kept yelling about the Lady of Love, singing songs, all that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
My buddy Mitch keeps asking if I can help him.
devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent, the devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us. No other ship readings in the area. And I doubt they'd be so calm if a Vanguard had flown by recently. No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our Vanguard was heading to next. Exactly. Minimal ship power, go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away. footsteps. That he jumped from the Sol system out into the beyond and touched your magnificence. That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised and cast the accursed into shadow. Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago, and the old star yards are crawling in space.